What the fuck is going on in the world? Well, Ghostbusters 3 might be coming out. In other news, Resident Evil 2 Remake, PlayStation Classic, white chocolate snow cappuccinos, and man cuts off testicles with pocket knife during detox. I'm Johnny Massacre, and this is the Johnny Massacre Show. How's it going, people? It is Wednesday in Tokyo. Hope you're well. Apparently, there might be a Ghostbusters 3 script in the works. Check this out. Comicbook.com says Dan Aykroyd reveals reason Ghostbusters female reboot isn't getting a sequel. So rather than title this Ghostbusters 3 in the works, this article tries to talk about the identity intersectional politics that infected the first film. So I think we can all take this article with a bit of a pinch of salt. It opens up with the line, "Oftentimes a film fails due to circumstances rather than quality," which was absolutely the case for the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot. No, that film failed because number one, it was shit and wasn't funny, and the director is a complete knob. But number two, because it's full of identity politics. Nobody asked for politics to be driven into their favorite movie or favorite franchise, which is Ghostbusters, which is why it failed. So we have to take this article with a bit of a pinch of salt. But let's get down to the interesting stuff, which is Dan Aykroyd, who starred as Ray Stantz in the original movie and also penned some of the script, I believe, talking about the Ghostbusters 3 script. Aykroyd claims a script is currently being written and hopes the remaining original cast will get on board. "I think Billy will come," he said of Bill Murray. "The story's so good." The article concludes, "While you may be disappointed that we won't be getting more of Kate McKinnon's Holtzman, feel free to bask in the glimmer of hope that is Ghostbusters 3. Okay, Kate McKinnon is the actress who played the Ghostbuster Holtzman in the reboot, and she had an absolutely terrible performance there. And so, no, I'm not disappointed to learn that there isn't more identity politics in the next Ghostbusters. Nobody wants to see that shit. I just want to see a good Ghostbusters movie." But this news also from Dan Aykroyd should also be taken with a pinch of salt, much like the article, because before the reboot happened, he came out countless times saying he thought Ghostbusters 3 was coming and it never came, and instead we got the reboot. But Ghostbusters, probably my favourite film of all time. My favourite films are Ghostbusters, Aliens, Blade Runner, and that's about it, really. Those three are the ones for me. And yeah, I really, really hope there's a Ghostbusters 2 sequel. That would be awesome if they get it right. Bring the original cast back as aging Ghostbusters, training the new Ghostbusters, explaining to them how to bust ghosts and stuff. Pretty simple concept, but I'm sure it would work if they got a decent director. In other news, Resident Evil 2 Remake is coming in January next year. It's really close. So some new footage has been revealed of the Licker, which is one of the iconic enemies from Resident Evil 2. However, the Licker battle in this demo video they released, of which there's 15 minutes of footage, actually wasn't so impressive. I was more impressed just with the graphics at large and the gore graphics. When you shoot zombies, the way the bullets perforate the bodies, the way the bones stick out, the way if you shoot them in the leg, they'll start hobbling and supporting themselves on their good leg and things like that. So let's just have a little look at shooting zombies in the face, in the body, and in the knees, and their flesh falling out, and just enjoy these awesome graphics that are on show. So let's jump in here, people. Here it is. And here we go.
At the end of the day, we're treating this as a new game, and we know a lot of fans like that over-the-shoulder perspective.
This brings it in line with...
oh, man.
Yes.
Look at those graphics. Brutal.
More creepy crawlies.
Oh, boy.
This guy gets it bad.
He's like, wait,
Oh.
I just want to talk.
Shit.
This gore tech is...
Look at that.
Oh
Look
my
at
gosh.
Yeah.
Look
You
at
can
that.
even see, like, if you hit them in the knee, like, they'll start shambling in different ways based on where you
wow.
shot them.
I want to
Like-
meet the individual responsible for these zombie shambo animations. I mean,
It's very.
yeah.
Some Japanese genius.
Individual like knife slice will carve something into.
So here are the lickers. This is the first gameplay shown of this iconic enemy. Shot him right in the asshole, I might add. It's gonna piss him off.
Oh,
This is
he's
not
got
good.
a buddy. He's got a buddy.
This is not good at all.
Oh. Claire,
Oh man, these things, I hated these.
ponytail was a bad
Grenade
choice.
launcher.
So as you can see, it's a third-person perspective over the shoulder, which is classic Resident Evil. Sorry, no, this is not classic Resident Evil. Usually it was a fixed camera, but now they've changed it to adapt it to the modern market.
I heard what you did over there.
Boom.
Nice. Ooh.
Get him with that acid round. Grenade launchers, you only get maybe a couple shots in this game, but they are kind of an emergency weapon for obviously when you run into guys like that.
Got near.
So yeah, I mean, this looks shit hot. The graphics look really decent. This is probably something you might want to purchase a PlayStation Pro for, or an Xbox One X to really enjoy the best resolution and best frame rate. But I mean, look at it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And I will definitely be buying this on site when it comes out in late January 2019, I believe. So I just thought I'd show you that to get all the gamers hyped for the next Resident Evil game. Continuing with the video game related news, PlayStation Classic, the miniature PlayStation preloaded with some classic PlayStation games in the vein of the NES Classic, I think it was called the NES Classic, and the Super NES Classic, has a new advert out in Japan. So I'm sure this is going to be very weird. It's going to be weird. Japanese adverts are weird. Here we go. PlayStation Classic Japanese TV spot. Brace yourselves, people. I haven't seen this, so this is kind of a reaction video. Wheel up and come again, select.
すいません。いらっしゃいませ。3人なんですけど。
That's funny. When any Japanese person enters a restaurant, they always go sumasen. It means excuse me. He said 3 people. Sandin.
開く？
開くと思います。
アークザラッドアークザラッド2
F タクどうぞ。
F と FF。
ファイナルファンタジー7
こちら今日のお通しおでん。
都市伝。
東神殿
So what they're doing here is all of the vocabulary applicable to the restaurant is reminding the Japanese actors of classic video games. So he was served some toshi oden. I don't know what toshi means, but it's describing the type of oden, which is a Japanese soup. And he hears toshi oden, and then he conflates those words with toshinden, which is a classic game for the PlayStation 1. So that's the idea for this advert. Pretty schoolboy advertising. This sounds like the kind of thing that should have stayed in the boardroom when they were brainstorming on the whiteboard, but I'll let them get on with it nonetheless.
にしても給料上がんねえな。
倍くらいにしてほしいよ。
倍を求めますか。
バイオ。
バイオハザード
Uh-huh.
ここのチキン南蛮最高よ。
マジ？
メタルタル。
メタル？
メタルギアソリッド
Ume taru taru. Ume means tasty. Taru taru is an onomatopoeia, which is a sound whose sound actually the name of the sound describes how the sound goes. So tore tore probably means chewy or delicious or something like that. So that sounds like metoru ge solid.
はい。何部長から？例の件じゃない？別件別件。鉄拳？
He says bukken. I think that means property. That means residential property or some kind of property, real estate in Japan. And he said Tekken, not Bukken. Tekken, of course, being the classic video game.
鉄拳3。
鉄拳3
That's a great game.
ついつい体が反応しまって。
帰りに買ってくか。プレイステーションクラシック。
いいね。いやー我々部長の話がな。すいません。びっくりした何急に。伊勢エビ3つください。伊勢エビ。実は俺。
Isa ebi is a type of shrimp which is fucking expensive and delicious.
リッチです。
リッジレ
And I think he said richides. Richides means rich. It is rich. Des means it is. So richides sounds like rich racer. This is ridiculous.
僕根野菜とカブ。
はいよ。根野菜とカブ。
パラサイト
パラサイトイブ
Okay, so I think that's a Japanese only game. I don't think that game is on the regular PlayStation Classic.
どうしたのよ
年老いたおふくろいる実家は佐賀毎晩風呂で泣いてるもんですよ佐賀風呂で涙つまり風呂でティア
佐賀フロでティア
サガフロンティア
I really wish Japanese people actually started freestyle rapping when they visit izakayas or Japanese pubs. Sadly, they don't.
口の中実家の孫につけた雨戸
いや怖っ雨戸怖っ
アーマードコア
何の母の
Amado koa. Koa means scary, and it sounds like armored core.
と思えば怖くはないお茶の子さいさい
サイ
Man, this is a long ad. They're really drawing this out.
見てくれうちの実家にクラあクラクラクラクラクラクラディス
グラディウス
知ってたクラ
That's the Isa Ebi, the delicious shrimp in the background.
ドア開けるのむずいむずマイルドアむず
ワイルドアームズ
よよよよ聞いてくれよいつも椅子にふんぞり返って偉そうな部長がさっき電話で宣言来期の給料減るそうなはぁペルソナ
ペルソナ
One of my friends is telling me to play Persona 5. I think it's based on an anime. Is that game any good?
こうなったら明日は第9だ第 9
IQ
それってスーパーズル
スーパーパズルファイター
晴れたんでここは自分払いやす
チーダラヤス
あれやば現金ないなミスったドジだ
ミスタードリラーじゃあ ATM へダッシュジャンプリングフラッシュジャンプリングフラッシュ
頭から離れない20タイトル内蔵プレイステーション
20 titles, 3rd of December. Okay, so if you're just listening to this show and you're not actually watching the video, you will have been left in a little bit of limbo there, just listening to Japanese people rap. But I couldn't take my eyes off that advert. That was amazing. Check out the advert for the PlayStation Classic on YouTube if you can. That was fucking awesome. I probably should buy this for my brother for Christmas if I go back to England. And I should probably get him the Japanese version. But you know they're all going to be sold out and being sold for triple the price on Amazon. I always think that looks really weird. When you're going to Amazon, which is the most professional online retailer in the world, and you're seeing all these amateur scalpers trying to flog PlayStation Classics and NES Classics, it just doesn't look right. What, Sony, you know you're going to sell shit out of these. Just make enough stock so I can fucking buy one for my brother for Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, white chocolate snow cappuccinos are available now in Japan. Would you believe it? They look quite tasty. Look at that. They've got those little silver balls on top of them and it looks like some white chocolate custard stuff. So according to Japan Today, Starbucks Japan unveils new white chocolate snow frappuccino for Christmas. It's only been a few weeks since Starbucks announced they would be tantalizing the taste buds of Japanese customers with gingerbread and Christmas cake drinks for the holiday season. Now the popular coffeehouse chain has unveiled their second installment in this year's lineup of exclusive holiday beverages with the upcoming hot and cold white chocolate snow. Designed to conjure up images of a sparkling snowscape on Christmas Day, both drinks come with a topping that features layers of white in the form of whipped cream, marshmallow and white chocolate sauce. Silver chocolate pearls are then sprinkled on top to resemble the glistening sparkles seen on freshly fallen snow. According to the company, the new beverages let you view a Christmas world inside a cup. That's probably a very bad direct literal translation of Japanese to English. The white chocolate snow left is available in short through to venti sizes for 440 to 560 yen, which is about $5, while the white chocolate snow frappuccino is available in a tall size for 580 yen. For those wanting a special keepsake, Starbucks have revealed their second range of limited edition holiday drinkware. These items range in price from 950 yen for the mini cup gift, pictured second from left in the middle row of the image below, up to 4,000 yen for the pale blue slim handy stainless steel bottle, pictured on the left of the second row from the top. 4,000 yen for a fucking stainless steel bottle? That's like 40 quid, mate. The limited edition drinkware range and white chocolate snow beverages will go on sale at Starbucks stores around the country from November the 22nd until December the 25th. So there you go, all you coffee and sugar addicts. That looks really tasty. I wish I still ate or drank junk food like this. Who wouldn't want some kind of caffeinated drink with fucking silver chocolate pearls on top and whipped cream and white chocolate sauce and marshmallow. That looks very sexy indeed. So finally, on to the most disturbing news from today on foxnews.com. Man cuts off testicles with pocket knife during detox. That's a very extreme detox, son. The article says a man in Washington reportedly cut off his own testicles while he was undergoing an alcohol detoxification. Officers with the Kennewick Police Department received a report on Friday of a male cutting an animal with a knife. But as officers arrived at the scene, they discovered a man covered in blood on his hands and pants because he reportedly cut his testicles off with a pocket knife. Police said the man was completing a detoxification and was confused about what he was doing. He was transported to the hospital after his testicles were reportedly retrieved and given to medics. Unfortunately, there is no happy ending to this story because we don't know whether his testicles were reattached, but I'm assuming that might be quite difficult. What a horrific piece of news. So that concludes the news for today. The weird, wild, wacky and wonderful news, especially in Japan. Now let's talk about my life. So yeah, yesterday was mad. I woke up really late, been a bit busy, and I did a really fast Johnny Massacre show, but I didn't broadcast it in the end because I was just too tired. But yeah, here I am again today, and yeah, I've just been sleeping a lot because I've been hitting the gym, and I got this thing these days where I just sleep as much as my body wants, and it's kind of necessary if you're doing a lot of training in the gym. That's the thing, going to the gym is a real fucking time killer. There's no way you can hit the gym, already taking hours out of your day, and then not sleep a lot to increase your productivity, to just have more time in the day. If you hit the gym a lot, you need to sleep. If you don't, you're going to injure yourself and you're going to bonk. Bonking means running out of energy. So I've been sleeping a lot. I'm a little bit disappointed, I have to say, because I've taken this bad boy in for repair because the left channel seems to compress more than the right channel, and they sent it back, so I was without my baby for a week, and unfortunately it still has a similar problem. And I contacted the maker themselves, and they said that the electro optical limiter, which basically works using light, is always a little bit shaky on any device. And I guess that's why they're becoming less and less common. And he said that it might be something I'm just going to have to put up with. So that's a bit of a bitch, man. I need precision. So I'm thinking about what to do. There is a mastering version of this. It costs like $8,000. Am I really going to buy that? So I'm thinking about that. I'm also working out my finances. Things are really coming to a head now. Definitely by the end of this week, I'll know how much dough that I've got after the kind of, crazy fallout in Japan in the real estate industry. Recently, a lot of new rules came along which had a negative effect on my business, so I've had to kind of just tighten the purse strings a little bit and just sit pretty while I can see what the market's doing before making my next power move. And so I'm just trying to work out my finances, so once that's worked out, I'll be able to complement that with a nice equalizer. I can't wait to get it, very excited about it. And that's pretty much it. I'm also thinking about returning to England for Christmas. I am a nihilist, I don't believe in God, but I love Christmas, and there's nothing wrong with that, because the tradition is nice. And the older I get, the more I kind of realize how tradition is actually quite important, because if there was no tradition, there'd be no continuity. And I tell you, mate, there's a lot of amazing things about England which I don't want to see disappear. We have a great illustrious music scene. That's a great piece of culture. And we have traditional kind of rituals we do. We go out to events, we go out to live shows, we have a beer, we chat out birds and stuff like that. I like all this culture. So having these rituals and this continuity can be a good thing. So even though I don't believe in God and I'm not a Christian, I can celebrate Christ Mass, Christmas. So I do like that family time, and I'd like to return to see my family, but my dad might be away, and so I'm not sure if I want to go back, because if I don't see my dad, then I might not see him for a long time, so I might put off the trip until the summer. So that's about it. Please, now for mailbox, send your inquiries to Twitter. So please hit me up on twitter.com/Johnny Massacre and hashtag Johnny Massacre Show. And then I will answer whatever questions you have. So please get some questions in tomorrow. Ask me anything. I very much enjoyed making this show today, and I will be seeing you again tomorrow. Cheers.